Welcome to We Got Options with the Doctor and Son, with Dr. Latasha McElwain and Tremaine Green, the son. We are talking today. We are at our Georgetown book signing event, and we are just wanting to, of course, share how blessed we are to be in a position to be able to do this and to be in a location in South Carolina where we are going to make a permanent location for us to come down to on a monthly basis, as we are doing a monthly basis of book signings in the Charlotte area. We'll be able to do the same thing here in the Georgetown area. So we're just really happy and really proud to be in our place of where we were born, where we originated, Tremaine and I. We are just so happy to be here and support our city with different things that we have coming up. We're going to talk about some of those things in a little bit as well, because everyone knows that we have our Green McElwain Foundation. And if you don't know, now you know. With our Green McElwain Foundation, we are reaching out to families in all sorts of situations, family that's dealing with children with special needs, families that are looking to get their kids involved in the arts, whether it be writing, whether it be artwork, whether it be dance, whether it be fitness. We're just out here trying to promote some things. Also, with our Green McElwain Foundation, we're going to be working on getting some donations and different things of that nature, and just helping the community, not only our Charlotte community, but also our Georgetown community here in South Carolina. So with that being said, me and Tremaine just going to have a good conversation going back and forth about the Georgetown community and kind of go from there. Tremaine, what are some thoughts that you have when it comes to the Georgetown community? And I know you spent your first 6 years of life here in the community. What would you say, just about the community in general, about the need for some of the services that we provide in our nonprofit, some of the things that we do for folks?
It's just purely opportunity and things that, we haven't seen here before, because a lot of opportunity is not given to places like this. Places like this, you get in where you fit in around here, but, it's opportunities that wouldn't be given otherwise, at least from my perspective.
Absolutely. And I think even you being here only for the first 6 years of your life, coming back and forth as you have grown to be a man now, I think you've seen a lot, and we definitely have family members that still live in this area. And we see a lot of things that could be opportunities that the younger ones could have, the adults could have, and individuals that have issues and concerns. We see that there are a lot of opportunities that can be had in this area, but they're not available to this community.
There are opportunities in this community. It's just that they need the support to be enhanced. It's not that it doesn't have anything in. We're just here to enhance that support to make it more open, more welcoming to everyone. That they need the support from outside of governmental support.
Right.
They need a communal support, and that's why we're here.
Absolutely. I can definitely agree with that communal support. Feeling like us, there are other individuals in the community that would love to support and help and assist when when families and individuals are in need, or when they're not sure where else to turn. Those are the things that I think we're going to be able to support individuals with.
Yes, when you try to go through a governmental system, there's a lot of bureaucracy that will stop you from helping people that you need to help, or helping people that need your help the most.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the reasons why we came up with our nonprofit, the Green McElwain Foundation. And one of the reasons why I decided to bring a lot of the activities that we're doing as far as the book signing and being, more available in this area to families. One of the things that I am doing currently is working with families that have children on IEPs in their school system. If you have a child on an IEP, which is the individual educational plan with the school system, if you have a child on that, that's one of the things that I help with individuals in the local area of Georgetown and in Charlotte, of course, and Rock Hill and those areas as well. I sit in on those meetings, those IEP meetings, to make sure that my families understand what's being said and no one's talking over their heads and no one's trying to hoodwink them when it comes down to making sure that their child get the services and the accommodations that they actually need, as the IEP states, and the guidelines are stated that the school should follow, the federal guidelines, and making sure that these accommodations are there for these individuals. We want to make sure our kids are getting just that. We want to make sure the school is trying to support them. And so, with that, I like to say that, of course, when Tremaine was here in the South Carolina school system, he did have an IEP starting out. And I was on the forefront of making sure that that IEP was followed, and made sure that those schools were putting, and the teachers were putting the necessary steps in to make sure that things got taken care of. And of course, as Tremaine moved on to the Charlotte area, I tackled the school again when it came down to IEPs. And then when Michael came along, tackled the school with Michael's IEPs as well. So that's one of the things that I try to support and help families, because I can remember being in those rooms when Tremaine was very young, in his first 6 years being here in South Carolina. And a lot of those teachers thought they were talking over my head, but little did they know, yes, I was in my 4 years of college, but I knew, and I was listening, and I was hearing, and I was standing up for my rights. And that's one of the things that I talk a lot about in my book, is just being, standing up for the right for my child, and knowing my rights, and knowing that you cannot speak to me that way, and you will not treat me that way, and I will not allow you to get away with certain things. You're going to follow the law the same way they tell me I have to follow the law. And we're going to do that. So I know I probably went on a tangent this now, but I just wanted to put that out there, because I think it is important for individuals to know that you do have the right. Someone should be treating you with dignity, respect, and the justice that comes out of you getting what is appropriately correct for your child, or correct for you. That is, that's your right. You should be able to have that. Right.
I mean, they say, knowledge is power. If you don't try to learn and try to find out about different things that you can do, or your rights in general, and you just assume that people will do right by them, you most likely will find out people will find a way to do harm to you, if you don't know what your rights are.
Exactly. And so that's the big thing for us, is just really trying to educate people, and being more of an advocate, being more of a consultant, being that person that can help people, feel like they are people. You are a person, you are an individual. And, just having that passion for, what we do, and not only just our Green McElwain Foundation, when it comes down to insightful options, when it comes down to, all the things that we do as a company in general. We try to make sure that we let people know that, it is about you, and taking care of you is the most important thing here. So yeah. So with that, we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be back after these messages. DrLatashaMcElwain.com. Dr. Latasha McElwain is a distinguished professional consulting service in Charlotte, North Carolina. She and her team provides a host of services regarding integrative services, evidence-based mental health care, therapies, substance use services, IDD resources, and comprehensive counseling and business consultation to individuals, couples, and families. Dr. Latasha McElwain is licensed in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. To gain more information and to find out about getting services, you can reach out to www.drlatashamcElwain.com. Again, that's www.drlatashamcElwain.com, or you can dial 704-492-1105. Again, that's 704-492-1105. And we're back with We Got Options with the Doctor and Son. And today, again, we are broadcasting from our Georgetown, South Carolina location, where we are doing our book signing today. We are at the House of Restoration Ministries International at 2921 High Market Street in Georgetown, South Carolina. We are excited because we are able to do this live broadcast today and get, some words in and just some knowledge in for the individuals in South Carolina, and making sure that they are very much involved in kind of what we're doing here, because we want to support and we want to show the things that we do. So Tremaine, when we're thinking about being in Georgetown, we talk a little bit about, being a help to the community. You talk about having more communal services and not necessarily being into the government things that are really going on, or not necessarily being in it, but having access to more than just the governmental services that are available to people. So when we're talking about our organizations, what do you see kind of for our organizations? And as we're bringing things to Georgetown, how do you see it fitting in? Because I can come up with a few things, but I want you to come up with a few things, I guess, along with me.
As I said, it was to more empower the community, not to necessarily replace it or anything like that. It's to boost what is already here and maybe give other options where we could see where things need to be, if we wanted to maybe be more, I guess, inclusive of everything else.
Right. Kind of enhancing stuff for the most part. And of course, where we got options with the doctor and son.
We're not moving to take over the neighborhood. Right. We're moving to help the neighborhood.
Right. We are insightful options. So we have a lot of options out there when it comes down to what we do. And, just being able to share some of the things that we got going on and some of the things that we are seeing in the Georgetown area that, could be very helpful. I get what you're saying, 100%. And that makes sense. Totally. I think that there's some good supports in this area. I'll tell you this. When I was in high school here, and Georgetown High has now evolved from Georgetown High to Georgetown Middle, because we had a different middle school when I was here. But now that they have that together, Georgetown High and Georgetown Middle, I think it's amazing to see how much growth has happened in this community as far as the schools being, right next to each other now, and there being I would say a continuum from middle school to high school, and it's right across the campus. It's right across the high school, the high school and middle school sit on the same campus now. I think that's something really big that has happened in Georgetown. And with that being said, I'm hoping that it gives more community based activities and different things that can be done on, that level when it comes down to education, what they can offer the young folks, and maybe even, adding some more opportunities to what careers can look like, or even not only just the careers, but what regular, just life can look like, being here in Georgetown, which there are a lot of opportunities, I believe, but I think there's a lot of untapped resources here.
Oh, of course, that's why we're here. Of course, we wouldn't be here if you had all the opportunity in the world. Which it's not that opportunities are lacking here; it's that opportunities aren't being. I guess there's you don't know where to look.
Right. So there are opportunities here, but you have to dig deep and go high.
You have to know where to look or know the right person.
Exactly. And I think my biggest thing and our biggest thing for our the services we'll bring to Georgetown is not only to,
we want to take down that barrier to entry.
Right, exactly. That should not be a barrier to entry when it comes down to finding out about this, that, and the other in your community. And this community is a kind of a quiet community, kind of close knit, kind of we stay to ourselves, families stay within families, and
everybody knows each other.
Yeah, everybody knows each other and everything. But I think we're trying to bring more to the community, as in, if I know it, I'm gonna tell it. You know what I mean? And I want everybody to know about it, because if I can't make it, I want you to make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's also a different type of vibe to bring to a community as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think with us being in Charlotte for so many years, we've seen that, and we've seen smaller communities in Charlotte get together. And I'll tell anybody, the mental health community in Charlotte is so small. Oh my gosh. And I've seen that community come together, and a lot of us have been very helpful and very instrumental to each other, as far as not only helping with careers, working for other people. A lot of us are helping in careers of building our own businesses. I mean, I worked in an area with a lot of mental health professionals that look like me, and all of us are trying to figure out what's next, and we get together and we go for what's next and what we should be doing. We don't really keep things, we don't be tight-lipped with each other. We tell each other what the opportunities are and what you can do to help the other person and things of that nature. And I think that's something that goes on across communities, that need to go on across communities, as far as being open with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and willing to tell somebody else how to do it. If I was here and I could talk to the high school students here in Georgetown, I would be talking to them about exploring college. I would be talking to them about exploring not only college, but also exploring college and coming back home to your community in Georgetown. And not only just being a school teacher for your 30 years, but being a school teacher and a community, being an activist in your community, being into the things that are happening and what's going on, trying to encourage your community when it comes down to the arts, when it comes down to music, when it comes down to, just different aspects of what can be done in the community to strengthen the community. And I would say that not only just the Black community, yes, but the entire community, you know? When I mention arts, dance, music, and things like that, when I bring workshops to Georgetown, and I will be bringing workshops to Georgetown, when I bring those workshops to Georgetown, I am straight all about, I don't care who's coming, I just want your kids to come out. You know what I mean? I just want your kids to come out. I don't care if they're black, white, orange, pink, red, yellow. I don't care. I want them to come out. I want them to enjoy themselves. I want it to be all inclusive. You know what I mean? And if it does become a situation where I only have a community of African American kids, all black and brown kids, you know what? I'm going to go with it, because the opportunity is there for everyone. And it's going to be up to people that want to jump in and take advantage of it. You know what I mean? I don't think it's all about, being, I think like you said, being very, being just encompass everyone, But
And with that, I would say personally, not that I wouldn't say don't go to college. I would say, find the find the path that is more suitable for you, whether you have to go to community college or to even a trade school, because those are the options that you do not hear about. We've all heard about colleges. We all heard about, there's movies made about college life. There's everything, about college, and that is not the first thing that you should be thinking about, nor should that be the only thing you see.
exactly.
Because I think people have been brought up in the factor of, oh, if I go to college, that's it.
Yeah.
And college, not that college isn't made for everybody, but not everybody can afford college. But you can afford to move forward in a career through different means.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
we need to talk about the different means,
Exactly. And
because those are also experiences that are just like college.
exactly. I think if someone had told me that I could have been a dental hygienist out of high school and do as well as most dental hygienists do out of high school, I would have stayed home, went to community college, and became a dental hygienist.
Yeah, but like we said before, it's the barrier to entry. You had to know, right?
Yeah, you had to know about it, but I didn't know anything about it. And there are a lot of programs. I mean, there's so many tech schools in this area. You got the different schools. I think it's Florence Darlington. I think we got now we got Coastal Carolina, of course. We got Georgetown Tech. We got different programs and different schools in the area that it's a 2-year college or a 2-year tech program that takes you right into a career.
Yeah.
And that was never something discussed with me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
It was just all talked about college. Everybody was talking about college. Everybody jumping way over technical school.
It's been, I mean, it's been that way since the very beginning. We had a decade or few between us, and that's all I heard. That's the standard in which we have been raised in, but not necessarily the things that we should necessarily take as gospel. You can have an ulterior education and you be just fine.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not about having education at this point. I would say it's a good thing to have, but we know people with big educations, but they're not able to get into their position because of certain things in their fields.
That's correct.
So it's like more, I would rather somebody have multiple things that they are necessarily able to. I think we need to stop building the one trade, the one trade person.
Hmm.
We need to try to build a little bit more jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. Yeah, I think that's something to think about, because when you have all the different things going on within,
And I'm not
um,
and I'm not saying that
mhm.
you have to be, I don't believe that we need titans of industry anymore. We need people who can work multiple different things, so you can find different things that you can fit in.
You can be flexible with your
Yeah,
career.
yeah. There's different there's different things for different job markets, and we haven't. No one can ever say they tapped it all, because we've built everybody to be the screw that you can hammer in.
Mm-hmm.
You're really good at the thing that you went to school for,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but that's why more alternative, I guess more of an alternative and creative careers have come up. The content creator, all that other stuff. It has come about because people have these degrees, but they can't apply them to a job that wouldn't. They can't apply them to the job that they probably would have gone for originally to go to school for, but they can apply it with their own content.
Actually, I'm loving that. I love that you said that, because like you said, almost the jack of all trades. It's almost like one of the reasons why I went to school to become a doctor, get the doctorate that I have, is because I love everything that I do, but I'm just not a therapist. I'm just not a counselor. I got so many facets to me. I am into, like, of course, we're building our real estate investment company. I love that. That is something I really have a knack for. We're building my authorship that we're pulling also in with the Green McElwain Foundation. We're pulling authorship in under our belt. We are, of course, I'm a college professor. Of course, when it comes down to you guys will be teaching different type of workshops and things of that nature when it comes down to the Green McElwain Foundation. When it comes down to us being in just any arena, when it comes to fitness, I'm out here, getting my fitness stuff together. I'm definitely becoming the instructor for the pole fitness that I actually participate in, as well as working on Zumba instructing and all this other things. So it's so much to work on and become a better person, even to the point where I love the swimming aspect of things. I mean, I don't know, I might end up being a lifeguard one day, but who knows? That might be an avenue of some things that I like to do. And because I have my doctorate degree, there is no one sitting up here, and I'm gonna tell you, I'll be honest with you, no one has ever come to me and said, "Oh, Dr. Latasha, you're doing too much, or you're doing too many things." No, everybody look at me like, "You're doing everything, you're doing a lot, and I can see you're doing a lot." A lot of people always say, "You have mastered a lot." And that's the goal I, came up with in life, is that I am here to master, you know what I mean? The things that I want to do. But having my doctorate degree gives me that, that level of what people look at as in, "Oh, but she can do that.
Yeah.
She got a doctorate degree."
It's not.
I don't want to be the jack of all trades
not,
and master of none. I'm the master
mean,
of everything, Not being like that, but I'm just saying
no,
that's the generation we're going towards, though.
That's who you are.
But that's what we're going towards.
Yeah, the thing is to be, and with that also being said, I would say being the best at what you can be in any particular field. At least having done. It's not about necessarily mastery. It's about knowledge.
It is about knowledge.
It is about how much do you know about this field? How much can you necessarily know? How much do you actually know, and how involved would you be able to get into the field with the level of knowledge that you have?
Exactly.
It's not necessarily, oh, I have to master all of these different things. No, you do not have to master all these different.
And I'll be honest with you, that's why understanding what consulting is a big area that I definitely want to start teaching on, and I want to start educating people on, is that being a consultant makes you a very well-rounded person.
Yeah.
Whichever field it is that you're consulting in, you become a pretty well-rounded person, especially if you're consulting in 3 or 4 different areas.
Yeah, the thing about now, I would say, it's not about building a business necessarily. I would say it's about, you want to build a community around you so
Mm-hmm.
that a community can support each other in ways that if you're a business, you can't support more than just yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Businesses support themselves. Communities support each other, which means
correct.
you're able to necessarily, things are being able to be brought to you when you don't necessarily have it, because you can only do so much on your own, and
Mm-hmm.
you need to bring in other people to necessarily help you
Create.
grow, create, and
Mm-hmm.
flourish. We will not flourish by ourselves. We will flourish with others beside us.
Absolutely. I agree with that. So with that, we're going to go ahead and go to a commercial break, and we'll be back after these messages. Come join classes at Dr. Dream Dancer Studios. The Stretch and Meditation Indoor and Outdoor Stretch and Meditation class, offered in a lush greenery space, and also indoor classes in a very nice studio in the Uptown Charlotte location. For more information, contact www.greenmcilwainfoundation.org or www.drlatashamcilwain.com or www.insightful-options.com. Again, come join us for stretch and meditation. On a weekly basis, classes are offered. And we're back with We Got Options with the Doctor and Son. And today, again, we are broadcasting live from Georgetown, South Carolina. We are at the House of Restoration Ministries International at 2921 High Market Street in Georgetown, South Carolina. We are here doing our very first book signing in Georgetown, which is where I am from and where Tremaine is from. So we are happy to be here. We're happy to be, of course, with family and having the support that we have and set up all our good stuff and do what we do. And just let the community know that, you know, we're here and we want to be here. Today was also a great thing that happened when we first came into town. I was able to leave my books at one of the local establishments that we eat at, Lamar's Fish and Chip. They allowed me to leave my books there in their bookcase. They had a bookcase with a gentleman that did some books. I can't think of his name right now, but there was a gentleman that wrote some books, and I saw his pictures, his books in the bookcase. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, I said, what do I have to do to put my book in this bookcase? It was like, you just talk to me. And I started talking to the young lady. She said, give me about 5 books and you can just come pick it up. And I was like, oh, okay, then. Gave her 5 books right away. I don't think she knew what was going on at the moment. She didn't realize someone was putting books in the case. But she ended up putting my books in the case. And she said, when the books sell, she said, you know, you just have you or your family come by and check for it. And when you check for it, if we got something for you, we'll make sure we get it to you. But was able to leave 5 books in the Lamar's Fish and Chip, which is an establishment that's been in Georgetown for many years. Me living in Georgetown, I'll admit that my family was not fortunate enough to be going to eat at Lamar's Fish and Chip all the time because, you know, it was an establishment that people went in and grabbed lunch or whatever the case may be. It's not expensive or anything, but like I always tell people, I didn't grow up so fortunate in Georgetown. But as an adult, maybe 2 years ago, I think I stopped by for the very first time and actually posted on Facebook and was like, oh my gosh, I lived in Georgetown all these years and never ate here before. And it was a great experience. And so now every so often when I do come to town, if I'm able to catch them open, I'll stop by and I'll eat. So now my book is now being, you know, but they have it in the store where they'll sell it there. They'll sell it for me. And I'm just excited that I even ran across that scenario to be able to do that because I saw somebody else's books in there and wanted to know, well, how do I get my book in there? And they just told me, just let us know. And I'm like, oh, well, I got 5 books in the car. I'll give it to you. So that was a great experience this morning. Just to realize that I am home and I am in my hometown. I'm with people that love and care for other people in the community. And like I said, that was something that just opened my eyes and opened my heart, to what's going on, and being a person. And Lamar's Fishing Ship is over on Milman Road here in Georgetown. I think it's 205 Milman Road. But they will have my books available there for sale for anyone that want it. So of course I say, all my Georgetown folks, there is no more excuse. You got the book right here in town. So with that being said, I just thought it was, a great thing. But I wanted to share that little tidbit. But what I also wanted to share is that with us coming to Georgetown today, it was a big thing for us to make sure we had some individuals that could come out with us. We were not able to get those individuals to be here in person, but we were able to get some good things going, because we were able to get, a lot of people may have remembered that back in, I think the 93 year, there was an individual that went to high school with me. Her name was Leslie Johnson, and she was in a vehicle accident some years later after we graduated high school. And she actually passed in that vehicle accident. And with that being said, her baby sister, Carmisha Johnson, is a author herself and has written a book or two, as well as she's a young lady that do come down to Georgetown every year, I believe, and do the Leslie Johnson Art Foundation galas and talent shows and things like that. But with Carmisha, I was able to get a couple of copies of her book, Say It Loud, and it's by Carmisha Johnson. And the book is here with us for this book signing, because of course she couldn't be here, but I went and I picked up the books from her and brought it here. Love the fact that we're able to support other individuals and have people come on this journey with us. Also, there's another artist, Joe Hemingway. He's the individual. I call him Joey, of course, because I remember him from when he was a little kid. But Joe Hemingway is one of our other individuals. He's an artist here in the Georgetown area, and he's actually doing a couple of pieces for us as a family, some paintings. When we went on vacation last year, I thought it was great. It was a great beach shot that we did out on the beach. And I'm wanting him to paint that picture of us, and he's working on that probably as we speak right now. We wanted him to be a part of our book signing today and bring out some of his artwork, but he was unable to make it. So we're still moving on, and we're still just happy that the fact that he will definitely make his appearance with us, and we'll be able to get some of his work out in the Georgetown area also, because I think Georgetown have a lot of hidden talent. Georgetown have a lot of golden, some gems, some golden nuggets and some gems here that people don't know about. So that's my biggest thing now, is people from Georgetown that are here and people that are not from Georgetown. I mean, people that are from Georgetown that are here and people that are from Georgetown and are not here. I don't care. I want to support them, because, we all have different tricks to the trade. We all have different opportunities, different skills, different talents, all that good stuff. We're just at a point where I'm at a point in life where I just want to support people, and I want people to feel supported in the things that they do.
We said we wanted to amplify the community,
Mhm.
not replace it or anything. We just want to amplify what is already here.
Exactly. So the folks that are here that are doing things and they need assistance and things like that, we're in a position where, for me, I just want to be a support. I want to be an advocate. I want to be a consultant. I want to be a person that can tell you kind of which way to go, where to look, and things like that. I mean, just simple things like, a lot of people don't realize that there are different things online that you can become a person that help people do different things that you already know how to do. Like some people know how to put a book together. Some people know how to write a book. Some people know how to do art. Some people know how to illustrate things and things of that nature. And they don't realize that they can go online and be offering their service all over the world, So those are things that, I really want to open, yes, the community eyes to, especially in Georgetown, and also, younger ones in the Charlotte area as well. I mean, I just want to open people's eyes to what's out here, what's to come, and what can come of some of the ideas and some of the thoughts that people have. Because, if you're thinking about doing your own thing could be a marvelous thing because you can do so much. And that's the biggest thing for me is that doing my own thing put me at a point where I can do so much. So even having these book signings and of course dropping books, we just dropped we just dropped two blank journals with the Green McElwain Foundation that will be starting to help younger people and adults too with writing and journaling workshops. We're trying to get those up and running. And I think those are going to be a success once people realize what we're actually doing. And that's one of my baby ideas. I always have these ideas. And then I have also published another journal, the Emotional Self-Care for Black Women. That one is definitely available on Amazon along with Fragile Brokenness. And then there'll be another journal that will be available on Amazon probably by early next week. And that one is the 31-day mental health wellness journal. And that's kind of, just going through the process, kind of, yes, your journey. It's kind of going through the journey of making sure that you're maintaining your mental health and make sure you're maintaining your wellness as well. So, I mean, those are things that I really definitely want to focus on. These are also books that I'll be using when it comes down to my therapy and things of that nature and working with people, not only my therapy, but when it comes down to my consulting, when it comes down to my advocating, I'm going to be using it in all different areas just to make sure that people feel supported, people feel important, people feel needed, people feel included. Anything I'm missing there, Tremaine?
I think it's everything.
Yeah, and that their talent is worth it. You know what I'm saying? That everyone is worth it. Everyone, doesn't matter what your talent is worth it. Even if you're just a talker. Everybody knows I'm a talker. So I'm a talker, and my talking, the things that I talk about now as an adult, I'm talking about those things because those things are definitely, things that I know about, things that I have knowledge about, things I care about, things I'm passionate about. Those are the things that I'm putting in place. And so because I'm a talker, yeah, I talk.
Mm-hmm. Everybody has their uses, no matter how little you think your skills are, you always have a place that you can necessarily flex your stuff.
Exactly. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Again, we are coming from Georgetown, South Carolina. We're on location. We are at House of Restoration Ministries International here in Georgetown, again at 2921 High Market Street here in Georgetown, South Carolina. I keep saying Georgetown, South Carolina, because I want everybody to know where I'm from and what I do and where I'm at. But I say that to say, a lot of good things can come out of small towns and small areas. I think that Georgetown has a lot of golden nuggets as in individuals that know a lot. I think Georgetown also have a lot of gems. And I think these gems can be uncovered if we start to communicate and have different types of workshops and different types of events that will put people in their more creative mindset and, and kind of go from there. So that's my thought, Shireen. What are your thoughts?
They're the same.
That we did stay on this thing, right?
Yeah,
yeah. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. But again, as always, we thank you for listening to We Got Options with the Doctor and Son. And please come back and join us and hear us again as we're continuing to talk about different things in life. We're talking about keeping up your mental health awareness. We're definitely speaking about everyday events and things that go on in life. And we're also talking about encouraging, uplifting, and making sure that we stay in a communal place when it comes down to making sure our community is coming first. Thanks so much for listening to us. Have a great day. Looking for some time to wind down? Look into the Belize Retreat, May 21st through May 27th, 2024, with Dr. Latasha McElwain in Belize. Self-love is amazing, and we all deserve it. Self-care is even more important. Be authentic, unapologetic in who you are. Take care of yourself. It's time to care about you, love you, spoil you, Put yourself first. Be careful with you, trust you, forgive you, and just be you. You can't keep filling the teacup if the teapot runs dry. International Mental Health Wellness Retreat with Dr. Latasha McElwain and OS Journeys Travel Agency, May 21st through May 27th, 2024. For more information, you can reach out to www.insightful-options.com. You can also reach out to www.osjourneys.com for more information about the Belize retreat.